Come on in. The Democratic congressman from the state of California, Brad Sherman, a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, thanks for being back here on the Hill. Appreciate the time. You've been listening to some of this. You heard President Biden last night. How concerned are you based on what you saw last night and from what the special counsel, Robert Hur, wrote in his report?
I saw the president speak very articulately and very forcefully to the Democratic caucus, small room, great performance. Then I read this report from a Republican, and I got to give Biden credit for this. When they appoint a special counsel, they've chosen Trump appointees who are Republicans. That provides some feeling of credibility, but it also, in this case, leads to this Robert Hur using his position as a person who's supposed to decide whether to bring charges or not, to editorialize about how he doesn't like this president and perhaps he likes another president. Yes, our guy is 3 years older, but their guy is 83 pounds heavier. And if I was a life insurance agent, I wouldn't call on Mr. Trump.
So what do you say to this, though? And you can think of both men however you wish. But the polling, who would be better when it comes to being competent and effective? In June of 2020, so right before the presidential election then, 47% for Joe Biden, 38% for Donald Trump. But now, Congressman, that number, competent and effective, is all the way down to 22%. So you could say whoever you would want to be writing the life insurance policy, but the American people seemingly aren't buying it.
We're going to see this economy turn around. It has already begun. The stock market is a predictor. It's a leading indicator. And I think by the summer, people will respect what the president has done economically, and we'll see that reflected in the polls.
So I'm glad I don't mean to jump in, Congressman, but I'm glad you mentioned the economy, because today, and I was going to ask you about this, the S&P 500 closed for the first time above 5,000. A record. It closed above 5,000 today. It closed above 4,000 in the beginning of the Biden presidency. I would think that Democrats would be screaming to the rooftops about this, and you just brought it up to your credit. But doesn't all the other stuff cloud that, and isn't that part of the problem?
What matters is the real economy. But you have the smartest people, the richest people on Wall Street betting that the real economy is going to be going very well this summer. That's why they're buying stocks now. And if they're right, and they're not always right, these polls will certainly turn around. The fact is that Biden has put together an outstanding legislative accomplishments. He may be the most accomplished president we've had, perhaps since Roosevelt. And I think that as people look and see what we're doing on infrastructure, et cetera, that Biden will win by a comfortable majority.
Perhaps, Congressman, one of the biggest things that came out of last night was when the president went back to the microphone and spoke about Israel and Gaza. He said this, and I'll get your reaction on the other side.
I'm of the view, as you know, that the conduct of the response in the Gaza Strip has been over the top.
Over the top, he says. You disappointed in those remarks, Congressman?
Look, we see these pictures coming out of Gaza. All of us want to see an end to the fighting. It would be great if if Hamas would leave Gaza and allow the rebuilding process. Until then, you're showing the scenes on the screen right now. That's what happens when a terrorist organization uses civilian buildings and civilians as human shields. The Hamas leadership needs to leave, and then we've got to rebuild Gaza for the people of Gaza.
Okay. Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.